欢迎回到节目的现场。伊朗日前遭遇到连环恐怖攻击，4名枪手闯入首都德黑兰的国会大厦扫射。同一时间，还有另外一批恐怖分子对于革命领袖何梅尼的陵寝发动攻击。2起恐攻一共造成至少13人死亡，42人受伤。极端组织伊斯兰国宣称犯案，而伊朗的最高领袖哈米尼则表示，伊朗人不会被恐怖主义击倒。而伊朗革命卫队则是发表声明，指控这次恐攻是沙烏地阿拉伯在背后主使，他们将还以颜色。请看我们的报道。
伊朗7号爆发连环恐攻，当地上午10点多，4名恐怖分子佯装成女性，手持步枪及自杀炸弹背心，闯入位于首都德黑兰的国会大厦扫射，并且挟持一些人质。伊朗安全部队随后抵达现场，经过约5个小时后，成功控制住场面。4名枪手全数身亡，其中1人在围捕过程中引爆炸弹背心自尽。而在首都南郊的伊朗革命领袖何梅尼陵寝几乎同一时间遭到袭击，恐怖分子杀死1名园丁，并且射伤多人，其中2人还引爆身上炸弹。2起恐攻合计造成至少13人死亡，42人受伤。
وقتی درگیری شد اونا با مواجه شدن با نیروهای حرم مدافعان حرم پا به فرار گذاشتن. وقتی پا به فرار گذاشتن 2 نفرشون یه زن و یه مرد خودشونو منفجر کردن نتونستن فرار کنن یکیشون هم فرار کرد که احتمالا فکر کنم گرفتنش مدافعان حرم
恐怖组织伊斯兰国已出面宣称犯案，而根据外媒报道，这是逊尼派伊斯兰国首次针对什叶派掌权的伊朗发动攻击，而且地点还故意选在极富象征意义的国会大厦和何梅尼陵寝，挑衅意味相当浓厚。但当恐攻发生时，国会议事厅似乎不受影响，议长表示这次恐攻只是鸡毛蒜皮的小事，无法影响会议进行。而最高精神领袖哈米尼也发表谈话，强调伊朗人绝不会屈服于恐怖主义。
کاری هم که امروز شد اینا هم در اراده مردم هیچ تأثیری نخواهد گذاشت این رو بدانن همه و اینا کوچکتر از اون هستن که بتوانن در اراده ملت ایران و مسئولین کشور اثری بگذارن。
伊朗情报单位也在稍后宣布侦破另一起筹划中的恐攻，逮捕5名激进分子。反恐部门将会着手调查这些嫌犯的国籍和身份。尽管伊斯兰国第一时间宣称犯案，伊朗革命卫队仍是发出声明，指控和 IS 同属逊尼派的沙烏地阿拉伯才是背后主使，他们将会还以颜色。波湾国家和卡达断交的风波未平，现在又发生恐攻，专家担忧伊朗和沙烏地阿拉伯间的嫌隙恐怕会再扩大。
我们继续跟Arash Beidollahkhani 来谈伊朗的情况。To our last section, in the last question, I talk about Iran nuclear agreement, but I want to ask you again because there's still some disagreement within Iran itself about whether it's a good idea that Iran signed agreement with outside powers. And one of the strong agreement is that Iran has surrendered itself to the weapon that can guarantee the security of Iran. And on the other hand, we are not seeing the full lifting of the sanction. And with the coming, the Trump administration, maybe he will reverse what Obama had been asking. So is it a wise policy that Iran is seeking? What's your thinking on that?
Actually, that is a good question because there's two perspectives about the atomic bomb and the nuclear program in Iran. One perspective said Iran as a alone country must get an atomic bomb. I am as a ordinary citizen, as a normal citizen, I am supporting this group because we need, atomic bomb. Iran needs a nuclear program. We are in middle of the dangerous region, which is called Middle East, with a lot of terrorist group, and Iran is always, Iran always has been alone. And then we don't have any supporter. We are independent country. We are surrounded by many small country and many American military base, and we have a problem huge problem with the Arabic country, with Israel, so we can be friends with them. But in the final, conclusion, they are kind of the enemy for Iran because of the historical problem. So I think the nuclear program, atomic bomb, could secure Iran in the region and in the world, and then nobody can threaten Iran again, and then Iran will be, joined to the international system like other countries. Look at the world. There are a lot of countries, they have a nuclear program, they have atomic bomb. Look at the India, look at the Pakistan, look at the Israel. They have a permission, U.S. permission. Iran's want to have, want to get the atomic bomb. They want to, Iran want to get the atomic bomb. Iran want to do the nuclear program, but United States don't let Iran to do that because Iran is not partner of the United States. The Iran interest, Iran foreign policy interest is confront of the United States policy in the Middle East. That's why United States don't let Iran to get nuclear program, nuclear atomic bombs. So in 50% in Iran also they believe that we don't need this kind of the program. We don't need the nuclear program. We can be friends with the world. We can negotiate with the world. We can give them some point, and they can give us some point, and then we can solve all of the problem with the negotiation, with the discussion. But in other group, other 50%, they say, okay, we can negotiate with the West, with the other country, but the nuclear program, atomic bomb can secure us. It's kind of the insurance for Iran for our negotiation with the other country, because we don't have any support from West or from other country. We are alone in the world. Iran is kind of the lonely. Always has been lonely in the world. So that's why some people, some political party in Iran, they are discussing we have to get atomic bomb, we have to open the nuclear program again, and this deal is not good because this is against the Iran interest in the region. And now after Trump came to White House, they started to talk about this because we didn't get a lot of benefits from nuclear program. Why we have to close the nuclear program? So they are talking about this. And we have to see what is the U.S. reacting toward Iran for nuclear program. Also Europe.
Let me ask you about Iran's relations with two countries in the Middle East, Saudi Arabia and Israel. Saudi Arabia had been a rival with Iran for such a long time. And now there's no diplomatic relations between two countries. And recently, Donald Trump had visited Saudi Arabia and saying something that is anti-Iranian, saying that we should build a coalition, so on and so forth. The other country is Israel. It's been well known that Israel already have nuclear bomb, but Israel keep accusing Iran having a nuclear bomb with the missile that Iran is going to attack Israel, and Israel's security threat have been threatened because of this. What's your assessment of Iran relations with Saudi Arabia and Israel? Is it going to be in rivalry all the time, or is it possible that it can be resolved, the difference between?
So let's look at this crisis from big perspective, from the Iran and the U.S. relationship. As you know, Israel and Saudi Arabia, they are partner of the U.S. They are good friend of the U.S. U.S. gave them full support. You look at the Trump trip to the Saudi Arabia like 3 weeks ago. So they signed a lot of agreement, 100 billion agreement. So the Saudi Arabia spent a lot of money for that. So that's why United States supports Saudi Arabia. And because of the Iran's problem with the United States in Middle East, so we have to facing with a lot of challenge with the Saudi Arabia as a U.S. partner and Israel as a U.S. partner. Actually, we don't fight with, our problem is not with the Saudi Arabia, our problem is not with Israel, our problem is with the United States because of the challenge with the United States. If we were partner of the US, like before Islamic Revolution, look at the before Islamic Revolution, we were part of the West hegemony, so we didn't have any problem. Iran was one of the good countries in the world, but no, we have a problem. We are not good, and we have a problem with the U.S. partner in the Middle East, like Saudi Arabia. This is part of the problem. On the other hand, also you have to look at the Islamic Revolution in Iran. Like when Islamic Revolution in Iran happened, Saudi Arabia reacting against Islamic Revolution. As you know, most Saudi Arabia, they say we are leader of the Islamic world. We are leader, and also Iran, after Islamic Revolution, Iran claims we are also leader of the Islamic world. So they are just, this is kind of the competition. They say they have a different perspective, different view on the crisis in the Middle East. After Arab Spring, the competition will increase, the problem increases because of the challenge in the Syria, challenge in the Iraq, and also Yemen issue, Yemen crisis, and so no, they have a problem because of this kind of the issue in the Middle East, because of the Middle East crisis, especially after Arab Spring.
We just shown a film about there's a terrorist attack in Iran, but we haven't. We didn't know that this kind of thing happened before in Iran. So do you think that Iran is now somehow is under a terrorist threat right now?
Actually, that was very sad news for me. I just woke up in the morning in Taiwan, and then I saw the news. There's an attack in Iran, and that was really strange because Iran, one of the safest places in the Middle East, one of the safest country in the Middle East. So we didn't have this kind of the problem almost like 20 years. Of course, Iran has been threatened by a terrorist group like 20 years. But as we have a good intelligence service, they couldn't attack to Iran. But no, they just attacked. The one important reason is because Iran fighting with the ISIS in the Iraq and Syria, and also Iran helped to a lot of group, Islamic group, and also political group in Iraq, in the Kurdistan, in Iraq, and in Syria. Also, Iran helped to Assad in the Syria to fight with the ISIS. That's why Iran is kind of the big enemy for ISIS. Also, as you know, ISIS shaped by radical Sunni Islamic group. Their ideology came from the Sunni. And Iran is Shia, is a Shia country. From Sunni radical perspective, Shia is kind of the faith, their faith is fake. They are not Muslim, they are just mixed religion which came from other country, which just, which just built by some person, some enemy, you know. So Shia is kind of the enemy beside of the West. So they have to attack to Shia, and then they have to attack to West. They are partners. Shia and West always been partner against the Sunni Islamic world. So that's why Iran is the enemy of the ISIS, and they are trying to attack to Iran. They always has been trying to attack, but no, they just got Iran. Finally, they just got us, and they just attacked to Iran. So that was really sad news for Iran. But Iran will stay on. Iran will be again safe because we have a huge intelligence service. We have a huge security service. So they will. They will help people to be safe and live in the safe country.
Final two questions. First, I want to ask you, what is China to Iran? Is China an enemy, or is China going to be a friend? Now, the One Belt, One Road project of China extend all the way to Iran. To Iran, do you think that would, in a way, benefit Iran in the sense?
Actually, China is one of the biggest partner of the Iran in business and economy. In this year, China became a biggest partner of the Iran.
Trading partner.
In the trade and in the economy, in the business, China is biggest investment country in the Iran. So because of the Iran hostility with the US and with the West, Iran needs China. Iran needs Chinese company, Iran needs Chinese capital, Chinese investment. So they are good friends. They are trying to be good friends. But it doesn't mean Iran is kind of the dependent country on China. In other hand, also we have some problem with the China. I mean, China in the Iranian perspective, between Iranian people, China is not good country because because of the important shoddy goods to Iran. You know, there are a lot of fake goods, fake.
Right.
They just came from China, and people don't like this kind of the goods because of that. This is Chinese. So, and also there are some other problem with between China and Iran. China always has been preventing Iran to join to Shanghai Cooperation Organization because of the Iran problem with the U.S. China afraid that the U.S. reacting against Shanghai Cooperation after Iran joining to Shanghai Cooperation.
Now, even in this Shanghai Cooperation meeting, Iran had not been a full member yet, only observer.
Yeah, they were discussed about this, but they didn't accept Iran to join to the I think the China is not agree with Iran to join to this organization because of the Iran problem with the West. China afraid that if Iran joined to this organization, then United States recognize this organization, identify this organization as a anti-Western organization. Then they are trying to stop it, you know, and that's why Chinese, they are not agree with that. Even for this year, Russia, they gave a full support to Iran to become a real member in the Shanghai Cooperation, but China didn't accept again because of this problem. This is a huge problem between Iran and China, and other problem also that recently Chinese bank, they are blocking Iran money. So Iran capital, Iran investment in China. We already sell a lot of oil, gas, and petrochemical material to China, but they don't let Iranian to take the money from Chinese bank because of the before sanction. They were saying because of the sanction we can't transfer the money to Iran, so we can selling you some like goods instead of the money.
Trading by goods.
Yeah. So, but no, they say like their excuse is because of the money laundering. So they say because of the money laundering law, we can't send the money to Iran. So money must remain in China. So again, we can, I mean, selling you some goods. And this is a huge money. This is like, I mean, I think it's like $7 or $8 billion. So this is also a big problem between Iran and China, but still they are trying to cooperate because both of the countries, they have a problem with the best. They are in the non-Western political structure of the world. They are kind of the non-Western country. So China and Iran, both of them, they have a problem with the West, especially United States. So they are trying to cooperate more than, I mean, hostility with each other. So I think the China and Iran relationship will increase in future. And also about the one road and one belt, Iran tries to get benefits from this initiative because it's really important for Iran. Iran will be one of the main axis for this road, and Iran already investment a lot in the big railroad for this program, and also Iran already made one, I mean, rail from the east of the country to west and from south to north. But still, there is a problem about this initiative because China don't try to investment a lot in Iran for this project, and Iran doesn't know what is the real role of the Iran in this project.
My last question is about Taiwan and Iran relations. What's your impression so far when you are in Taiwan, and what kind of reaction you are getting from the Taiwanese when they learn that you are from Iran?
So actually, Taiwanese are one of the most hospitable people in the world. they really behave. I mean, they behave me really good, really well. They help me a lot. So, and also they are surprising when I say I'm from Iran. They say, "Oh, Iran, how did you come here? How?" I mean, something like this. They are really surprising for this, and they don't know too much about the Iran. So, I would say if you want to look at the Iran and Taiwan relationship, again, you have to look at this from big perspective, from geopolitical perspective. Taiwan is partner of the U.S. U.S. is biggest supporter of the Taiwan. And also Iran has a problem with the U.S. So I think Taiwan doesn't want to have a big relationship with the Iran because of the U.S.
So far, there haven't been a representative office set up in Iran.
Yeah,
right?
they don't have office, but I hope it will be like in the future, they will open an office. I mean, the cultural relationship can, increase relationship between Taiwan and the Iran. In future, Taiwanian and Iranian, they can open an office in the Taiwan and Iran in both sides.
Thank you very much, Arash, for introducing us to what's happening in Iran, and hope that there's going to be a future good relationship between Taiwan and Iran. Thank you.
I hope so. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
谢谢各位收看，我们明天见。